Hello everyone, this is Steve with the Free Bullion Investment Guide. Today is September 14th and I'm doing a review and outlook price analysis video for gold. This is gold's 4-hour chart, and to quickly go over last week's video, I've been showing you this ascending channel in gold's price chart for the last several weeks, possibly a month now, and I showed you where these multiple bull flags were showing up in gold's price chart. And this latest movement, this is where last week ended, and this week gold fell in price and it basically just skirted along the bottom trend line of the ascending channel, really confirming it. It did pop down, touching it yesterday, but it did not break it. The ascending channel is still intact, and the price of gold looks like it is starting to take a bounce. But if you take a closer look at the MACD on the 4-hour chart, it looks like it's starting to change positions again. So we may see it drop through the ascending channel and break it to the downside. Now, I do have a positive pattern for gold, but there's a lot of negatives for gold right now in the market. I realized just a couple weeks ago I was saying gold's only going to go up right now, but now things have changed. The trade deals has changed. The yield curve is getting better. It's not nearly as bad as it was looking a couple of weeks ago. As far as with the trade deal, we've had Trump delay tariff hikes on the Chinese. We've had the Chinese exempt pork and soybeans, and we've also heard Trump say that he would possibly take an interim trade deal. So those are all positives for the market, and anything that takes out of uncertainty into the market is not a positive for gold. So right now we're having a lot of negatives for gold. Now, there is a possible positive for gold, and that is the Fed. The Fed is having their meeting this week, which is the 17th and 18th, and they will likely come out with, I think they're going to come out with a 25-point basis drop in of rate cut for a rate cut in the federal funds rate. But I think the market really wishes that they would do a 50-point basis cut, but I don't see that happening. And I also actually expect them to come out with a little bit more of a hawkish outlook. As far as what I mean by hawkish is that they're not going to continue to say we're going to continue to drop rates for the foreseeable future, which is really what I think the market wants to hear. And I think that that when the market doesn't hear that it's going to possibly make gold and silver fall a little bit further. How much further, I don't know. 1400 stands as good support right now. Just to quickly take a look at the daily chart. The daily chart shows us that it's possible that it's kind of telling us separate things from what the 4-hour chart was showing us. The daily chart is showing us that we could see a change in direction, a positive change in direction, that we may see a bounce, because the signal lines in the MACD are what I pay attention to, and they're really getting far apart. And it looks like by the histogram chart that it's also showing that we could see a small bounce, possibly between here and the Fed meeting is the 17th and 18th, so I believe it's the Wednesday is the 18th. Let me just see here. Yeah, Wednesday is the 18th, so maybe between now and Wednesday we'll see the price of gold move sideways, breaking the channel, and then depending on what the Fed comes out in the States, we'll see if it goes up or goes down. Now, I'm going to go back to the 4-hour chart real quick, and I'll show you the pattern that I see. It is, like I stated, it is a positive pattern, but it should, I'm thinking, be broken early on in the week. Let me get these lines correctly just shown here. Anyways, it is a falling wedge. and we could see the price of gold break up above it as the daily chart suggested. But we could also see the price of gold come down, meet this lower trend line of the falling wedge, break through the ascending channel, then pop back up, and then depending on what happens on Wednesday, I'm not going to say what's going to happen on Wednesday. We don't know, but depending on what happens on Wednesday, then we'll see how gold moves after that. So for now, just in the immediate future, in the next day or two, I'm kind of expecting gold to fall through the ascending channel, but stop short of falling below 1480, and then possibly popping up to the upside, and then after the Fed meeting, we'll really have to see what happens. So that's it for this week's review and outlook for gold. I thank you for your time. Take care, and God bless.